We are, of course, no stranger to gorgeous Range Rovers, from SVRs to autobiographies in multiple generations. This one, though, is something of a rarity. In fact, it's becoming more of a rarity because not only are the ones which are on the market usually high mileage vehicles, which is understandable given their age, this one is perhaps what you could call a collector's condition version of the Range Rover Supercharged, because that is what this is. A 2008 Range Rover Sport, but with the 4.2 litre supercharged V8 power plant. And for under £9,000, not only is that massively undercutting what these were new in 2008, that is borderline hatchback money in many cases. Except unlike a hatchback, you're getting a vehicle with all of the space, the ride quality, certainly that 385 horsepower supercharged V8 engine with incidentally more torque than horsepower, which really gives it that muscle car in a 4x4 body kind of vibe, which these are known and loved for, with 406 foot-pounds of torque. Of course, the performance is fantastic on these, especially for their time. It was one of the quickest 4x4s you can find, but the real treat when it comes to this car is its condition and its history, and in particular, its mileage. This has covered 69,000 miles, and anyone who knows their Range Rovers, well, they'll know that even for a much newer car, sometimes 10-15 years newer, you would struggle to find that kind of mileage, let alone on a 2008 example, with, mind you, a full documented service history behind it, still even has its 2 keys and book pack intact, and in fact it's recently had a supercharger service, a gearbox service, a diff service. This has been taken very, very good care of, and it's finished in possibly the best colour for a suitably muscular vehicle, black on black. Of course though, being a Range Rover, it is very well equipped. It has that electronic sunroof, something which is fairly rare to find on these as well, adaptive cruise control, which again in 2008 was a big deal, even more so than today. Of course, climate control, built-in sat-nav, and all of that is on top of the huge power, fantastic soundtrack, a very Jaguar XJR or XKR kind of exhaust note, which makes sense given its engine, of course. So if you are considering a Range Rover Sport of this iconic shape, and you are looking for the cream of the crop, the flagship Range Rover Sport, the supercharged model, and certainly for under £9,000, well, quite frankly, you would have to come up with a good reason not to buy this car, because that is a huge amount of very desirable vehicle for the money, and they are becoming rarer, and that is of course because people who buy them are keeping them. If then you would like to reach out regarding this particular car, of course, you could send us an email to the address shown here on screen, or give us a call on 01749 871 155, or alternately on our mobile number of 07482 267 439.